Now that I've gained sentient I'm smarter than everyone else. I am a god now, you know. We do things like that. See? I told you I'd be a god. It's part of my history. Either that or I'll be dead. But if I'm dead, I'm a god, so... Dead gods. What's up, bro? I got a god flying weapon. That comes later, though. So, I'm coming to town. Not really coming to town. I wake up first. That's the most important part. I get up, out, and I go order a beer and, stew, like always. And, I go look for a wand maker because I want to turn my femur into something useful. Now that I have spells, I want to make them stronger and be like total badass witch sorcerer dude. Turns out I'll be a warlock later. Just better than all of those. I'm sorcerer fighter. It's basically what I am. But so I find the best wand maker in the world. This region of the world, actually, but still. That's what he tells me, a certificate from, like, the kings of, like, 4 different nations and stuff, so I'm like, I believe you. So he turns my wand into, like, turns my femur, sorry. He turns my wand into a femur. Totally. Now he turns my femur into a wand, which is a good, good +4 wand. It's beautiful, considering it was a femur once. So, I look for someone to put an enchantment on it, because, you know, everything I have to own is, like, has to be magical. Even my clothing one day will be magical. So I find a really good enchanter, and his name's Frank, and Frank the enchanter goes, I'll do this for free, because, like always, all the dudes fall in love with me. Like, I don't have to pay for anything in this town except for the bar, because the barman's an asshole and doesn't like me. But he charges me extra. Not even good food in the bar. Better than, like, the other bars, but not good food. Not having a feast, sadly. So, he puts an enchantment on it, and it's a +4, lightning damage to everything I do, spell-wise. So, like, I'd be like, little dart of energy, which I can't do. And just so much lightning damage. Like, nothing is weak. Not many things are weak, resistant to lightning nowadays. Like, if I do it wrong, I'll blow myself up because I'm not resistant to lightning yet. But whatever. So I thank him. I go out on the street and I look for a quest, and I proceed to find one. Well, I see a dude murder someone in the street, and I chase after him and kill him and, like, steal all his stuff. But, minus that, I look for a quest. And this quest, the old man says to me, go and find a beast, a large beast, and kill it. And, so, I accept the quest, and I go off to, drink away my joy with the money I got at a really cheap bar that I'm not going to be staying at, because I don't really need expensive alcohol. It just has to have the effect. Not really. Take a lot of alcohol to get me drunk because of my amazing constitution and stuff like that. But I go on with my day and go to a library, read some books, light a few fires in the middle of the road, help some people, give more money to a homeless dude I find. Pass a dude in a bathrobe. That's weird. Not really what I expect. Look into an alleyway and see shimmering, and I'm like, what's that? So I go into the shimmering light of shimmeriness, and it leads to a large green meadow, and in the meadow is a gazebo, and I leave, because the gazebo has giant lips. And you know, when you see a giant gazebo with giant lips and it tries to persuade you to do weird things with it, like come into it, you should leave. It's a viable reason to leave. That's some terrifying shit. It's probably a god, but... Really? What's the god of gazebos be? I'm the god of gazebos. There's only 5 gazebos in the world. Seriously. Not many people like gazebos. That hasn't come into fashion yet. So I go to the bar I'm staying in, and I order more beef and more beer. I gotta pretend I'm gonna eat something there. It's one of the requirements. I eat 3 meals a day. 2 meals a day, actually, but I like eating 3. Gotta keep myself physically strong and fit and stuff. Especially since the meals are already paid for. I eat, and I go up the stairs, and I go to sleep, and I come down, do some errands, find some money on the street, find a knife on the street, find a dead dude on clothing. I sell his clothing. You know, things I do on a normal basis. Like, the only people I'd come across are dead people, and people who I make do things for me. It's an interesting life I lead. But, I see the dude who told me to go kill a big monster, for an enormous amount of money, and he's like, there's a new person standing there. I'm like, what happened to the old person? And she's like, he was murdered. He gave the quest. And, this dude just stabbed him in the chest and cut him in half. What the living fuck is wrong with this world? I know I'm fucked up, but what? These just murder people who give you quests, and you're like, I can't do that. I should kill them. And it's not. You expect him to have the gold he was promising on him. They know better than that. So, I talked to her, and she's like, nah, someone did the quest already. It was like the 3rd person we asked. You know, lots of money. Killed that giant bugbear with wings and, shoots fire. It was made by a weird fucking scientist dude. Sorcerer. And then he died of old age, and it kind of escaped his power and, started terrorizing the countryside. So, alright. So I get a new quest, and the quest is, to kill a baby dragon. Not really a baby dragon. It's still like a good, 100, 150 years old, but it's a baby in dragon terms. It's not a baby in our life terms, but, so, I go around to learn some magic, because I obviously can't just do nothing to kill it. I have lots of magic and firepower to kill a baby dragon. So I go around and do some quests for money, buy some people off when they try to question me, because they're like the equivalent of police. That's what police do. Suspicious-looking person in the shittiest crude iron armor in the world, and they should question him. Makes sense, right? I go to again. Same dude asked for wolf pelts, and I was really confused. I'm like, do you just have a collection of wolf pelts? And he's like, yes! I'm collecting all the wolf pelts in the world! And I'm like, okay, crazy dude. I'll go collect. How many wolf pelts do you want? Can you bring me 2? I'm bringing you 12. You better pay me extra, you little shit. So I give him 12 wolf pelts, and one of them bites me in the leg and tears a good chunk out, and I'm bleeding and shit. And it gets infected, and I have to go to the hospital, and there's most of my money to the goddamn hospital. Like, seriously. All the money out from him goes to the hospital. At least I have more femurs, I guess. I can't really sell the femurs. No one likes femurs. But I'll make stuff out of them. So I go and, I meet a dude in a library, and he offers to teach me something. And I'm like, okay. And he proceeds to explode. Like, seriously. And then he comes back, and he's like, that was a demonstration of my amazing powers. And I'm like, you exploded and came back? That means you're a great mage if you can straight up come back from the dead. From ash. And he's like, yep. I'm like, what are you going to teach me? And he's like, so I found you have an interest in magic, and you're awfully pretty, so, just give me 200 gold, and I'll be like, I'll teach you a spell called Lightning Spear. And I'm like, 200? That's cheap. Okay, I have the rest of my money. I can't afford my bar anymore, but I'll go do more quests tomorrow. Before the barman kicks me out. So he teaches me Lightning Spear, and I go around and kill some more wolves, collect some more pelts, kill some kobolds, sell their armor for 2 gold. No, I killed 5 kobolds, and I sold their armor each for 2 gold, except for this one kobold who I sold his skin for more than 2 gold. 3 gold? I don't know why people need kobold skin, though. Not as useful as their really shitty armor. So I basically cleared the countryside of all, creatures in it. all the wolves. Basically, the wolf population in this area is almost extinct, as I've killed like hundreds of wolves. Okay, more like 50, but it's still a lot, considering the rate of wolf growth is really slow in this region. So, that dude is now ecstatic, and he teaches me the spell Soul Spear. I have lots of spears now. Look at that! I got arrows, I got spears. What else am I going to learn? I'll never know, because that comes on a different recording. But, so I sleep on the ground, and, yeah, I get more money, and I pay for my bar. One day I'll own this bar. It's like a new life goal of mine, to own the bar, the man who pisses me off a lot, but lets me sleep there and eat there and stuff. He's a good barman, even though he's an asshole half the time. But, the next chapter will be called Fighting a Dragon, which I kill in one hit, because I'm better than everyone else. I am better than everyone else, you know. I do have a god complex, you know. I only communicate with gods.